Hey everybody, it's Austin Ward for Lettermen Row. Back with another Buckeye Q. We've got the big guy, the tailback, Beanie Wells in the building, and we've got one more guy who flashed in that spring game, Beanie. We talked about it, last week with Master Teague, and Marcus Crowley is pushing for those reps. He's trying to back up J.K. Dobbins, and he had his first opportunity in the shoe to make an impression. What did you think?
I liked it. I liked everything I saw. Here we have a young guy coming in early, stepping away from high school to get introduced to what it's like to be a college football player. And I thought he did a phenomenal job. It's critical, those 15 practices that you get in the spring for a young running back. And, I think he was able to prove that he got better.
You got into college once upon a time. From day 1 to day 15, how dramatic is the difference? How much are you trying to absorb?
I mean, you're absorbing something that you can't even equate to, because in high school, you're 10, 12 plays? I mean, here at Ohio State, the playbook is tremendous. And you have to be able to go out and recite that playbook without thinking on the football field. And, I think it helps. It was night and day from when I came in to the time I left spring ball.
Physically looks the part?
Oh, absolutely. I think he's a big physical guy. He looks like he has some speed. I like the fact that we get a chance to see him kind of break away and show his athleticism a little bit, even though obviously we know in the spring game it wasn't full board tackling.
I'll say that over and over as we get to try and work through this offseason with Beanie and the guys breaking it down on Buckeye Q. It's a spring game, but hey, we're going to talk about football in Ohio State all year round. Today, it's Marcus Crowley. So let's roll the tape. All right, Beanie, we've talked about this before. Spring games you have to take with a grain of salt. These guys aren't getting hit, but this is the first time for Marcus Crowley in the horseshoe. It has to mean something to him, and he definitely wanted to go perform.
Oh, certainly. I love seeing young guys that come in early. Those guys get a feel for the playbook first and foremost, and then you get a feel for what it's like in a college game. And here we see Marcus Crowley not afraid of contact, seems to be more natural as a runner with the ball in his hands, and I like it.
You look at the finish there. They're not supposed to be hitting, and he ducks his head anyway and looks for that contact at the end of the run. And this is one where it gets cut short, obviously, but he wants to finish runs. I think you can tell that on the film.
And that's incredible. That's one thing that you want. As a young running back, when you watch those guys, you want to see how those guys finish runs and how they finish plays just in general. And right here, this is something that's so underutilized in college football. It was one of my staple points. That's that straight arm. I love a guy that sticks that stiff arm out there and creates separation and get guys off of him. And he uses it phenomenally.
It seems like that should be the move that everybody has at Ohio State. You got Eddie throwing some, you got you throwing some. Zeke had a stiff arm a little bit, right?
Exactly.
What's the key to throwing one?
Oh, man, you just got to line it up perfect. There's times where, there's a play where I can remember in 2007, we're playing at Wisconsin, and I just give this guy a straight arm all the way to the end zone. 2008, matter of fact, straight arm all the way to the end zone. It's a great tool to use, and I like you got a young guy using it nice and early.
And the speed here with which he finished, you're cruising at the end. This is sort of that go to practice, finish your rep, and he wants to make sure that he gets in the paint there. He does in this game, but that's got to be a cool feeling the first time you're in there. Even if it's a spring game, you want to punch in a touchdown if you're running back.
Oh, no question about it, man. That's something you want to do. You always want to finish in the end zone. You always want to get a chance to get across that goal line. It's a good feeling, man. It's one of the best feelings in the world, scoring a touchdown, especially in the shoe, no matter if it's a spring game or a regular season game. But this young guy, man, I love what I'm seeing out of him. I'm seeing a guy with really good vision, runs with a good forward lean, but not too much of a forward lean.
Right.
Can get upright and look like a natural runner. And he has that power to be able to square himself to the line of scrimmage and get behind his pads.
We've only got these, 3 or 4 carries where, again, he's not getting hit. But if you see something that, he's through 15 practices at Ohio State, right? He's got a long way to go. What's the next step? How important were these 15 practices to get him going, and how can he improve before August?
They're so critical. I mentioned learning the playbook. That's something that I was able to do when I came in here a little bit earlier. By the time fall camp rolled around, I knew the playbook like the back of my hand.
Gotcha.
And that's an advantage these guys have coming in early. And I think just getting a feel for what it's going to be like going through a college practice, going through a college workout, he's not going to be behind that 8 ball as the other freshmen will be.
Beanie has obviously been through all that before. It's Marcus Crowley's turn. He's trying to live up to that reputation there in the Ohio State running backs meeting room. One of the richest ones in the country, as Beanie knows all too well. He's a big part of that. So Beanie breaking it down. That's Marcus Crowley as he looks to make an impact there at Ohio State this fall. That's Beanie. I'm Austin Ward. We'll see you next time on Lettermen Row Buckeye Q.